going to keep it, going to break one tackle, and he's going to get into the end zone. Blacksburg introducing their starters now as they roll out the fog, getting excited for this big Salem matchup. Just getting pretty close here to kick off. The captains are out there for the Bruins and the Spartans. Captains for the Bruins this week are Ricky Sowers, Morgan Jones, Chris Garner, and Matt Blankenship. It appears as if the Bruins won the toss. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to see who will be kicking, who will be receiving. But here come the Bruins. They come out on the field, rolling out the fog. Got a new game entrance music going on. The crowd is getting pretty excited. It's starting to fill up a little bit better now. It looked like earlier on it's a little cold, a little rainy, a little wet. Everybody wanted to hang out, tailgate a little bit longer before it got a little closer to kickoff. You can hear the band going now, and now the stands are starting to fill up. You see the students getting into their assigned area.
Yeah, the only problem is the Salem side over there is full, and ours is nowhere as close, and their fans are starting to filter in over here on our side. So we need to get all of our fans out here to support this football team against a good Salem football team.
Yeah, I think we see a few lost Salem jackets on this side.
They didn't know how to get to the other side.
So you're looking at it, and I mentioned Stephen Barnett is I believe the leading receiver in the Timesland for Salem. He's got 514 yards on 25 catches. That's a 20.5-yard average. He's got 3 touchdowns in the last 4 games. He's listed as 6'3", along with his twin brother. He's got some talent, but Sean Gibson, he's got 3 touchdown catches in the last 2 games, and so I believe Gibson's listed as 5'11", so the height will go to Barnett, but I think they both play cornerback and they both play wide receiver. I would imagine we'll be seeing a good amount of each other guarding each other. Hopefully, you know, that'll provide some fireworks, and we'll see some pretty good athletic plays there out on the field.
Right. Barnett's a good athlete. He catches a lot of his passes underneath and gets a lot of yards after the catch, and which is what makes him such a good receiver. And with his height, the quarterback can see him, good in those crossing routes in the middle and the quick outs to the outside. So it's going to be important that if he does catch a football, we make the tackle where he catches it and play tight coverage and stay on him good.
So the other games going around the River Ridge District tonight, Pulaski is at Cave Spring, and Hidden Valley is at Christiansburg. So the Salem Spartans will be kicking, coming from our right to the left. They'll be in their white tops and burgundy pants. Bruins are in their blue jerseys and white pants. Kick is up. It's a squibbed kick. It's going low. It's going to be picked up by Cameron Anderson at about the 24-yard line. He's going to be tripped up and dragged down at about the 29, so that's where the Bruins are going to start it. Not sure if they intentionally squibbed that one, just didn't want to give up a big return, or it is pretty wet out on the field, and we know footing is very key for kickers, so maybe he just wanted to get that and not want a missed kick or something like that.
Yeah, just looking up in the lights, the rain's still coming down here at Dave Christ Field, and Salem was kicking that in the pregame, so I'm sure that's probably part of their game plan, trying to get the ball wet and maybe getting a quick turnover.
So they'll come out in the I formation now. Chris Garner's the fullback. They're going to hand it off to Cameron Anderson up the middle. Not too much room to work with. He's going to get outside the 30, gets to about the 31, gain of 2 on the play.
Already you see the players out there cleaning their shoes off and so forth in the on the wet field. It's going to be a slippery track tonight. Morgan Jones, they're trying to knock some mud off his feet, and we'll see how that, if that can slow down the Salem's defense as quick as they've been playing so far this year.
We've seen a couple times early in the season Cameron Anderson have some trouble with his footing. We'll see what happens tonight. They'll come out of the shotgun. Terrence Travis fakes the handoff to Chris Garner. He's going to take it over the right side, get brought down in the backfield. He's going to lose 2 or 3 yards, and looks like it's going to be back to the original line of scrimmage here for 3rd down for the Bruins.
If Salem's lined up in a 4-3 defense right now, because Blacksburg likes to run the spread, but you'll see 4-3 and a 5-3 out of them tonight, sometimes a 6-2 in short yardage, and their guys up front play very tough.
And right now, Steve Barnett is lined up in coverage against Chase Amaker. They're going to come out this time 3rd and 10 in the I formation. Terrence drops back to pass, heaves it up. He's going at Barnett, and he is going to pick it off. He's going to bring it in, catch it about the 45-yard line. He just went up and got it. He had the inside position there on Amaker, so the Spartans are going to take it over 1st and 10 at their own 45 with 10:41 left to go here just in the first quarter. So big big turnover there early on in the game.
Right off the bat, you see the athlete going up 6'3" tall. He jumped way up in the air and just picked that thing off, from Terrence Travis. And we'll have to learn from that as we keep the football here in this football game about throwing at him and whether we can throw a fade or just trying to throw underneath him.
So the Spartans will come out now, I formation, at their own 45-yard line. They'll hand it off up the middle. They're going to get out to about the 47 before they're brought down. That is Kurt Coles on the carry. Gain of 2, should be 2nd and 8. But that's definitely not the way the Spartans wanted it started, as a turnover on their first drive. And, that's the thing that Barnett is so good at, is going up and getting the ball at its highest point.
Right, the Bruins turning the ball over, but like Salem on offense, you're going to see a lot of eye. They ran off tackle on the first play. That's what they like to do.
They'll keep it up the middle this time to the fullback. He's going to get dragged down, only going to get about 1 yard. No running room there so far. So we've seen some pretty good stout defense so far in this game. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Good job by Blacksburg's front there on the first 2 plays, shutting down the run. They ran ISO off tackle on the first play, fullback trap on the second play. Typical Salem offense. Look for something quick here in the passing game, a quick hitch or maybe a hard slant on 3rd and 7.
That was the fullback Daniel Dyer on that carry. Kurt Coles is the tailback. They're coming out I formation one more time. 2 wide receivers split out to the far side. They're going to drop back to pass. McGarrell's going to pull it down. He's going to throw it. It's caught out past the first down marker, out past the 40 of the Bruins. Not sure if he was past the line of scrimmage or not when he threw that. I don't see any flags.
Well, the referee's standing about where he threw the football at. It was right at midfield, but he's not going to drop the flag and go ahead and give him a first down. The quarterback looked like he was, a yard across the line of scrimmage, but it's hard to tell from this angle. But
you could probably hear the confusion in my voice. It looked a lot like, to me, he was 2 yards past the line of scrimmage when he let that ball go. There's no flag, so that's going to be a first down now for the Spartans. 1st and 10 inside Blacksburg territory at the 41.
Coach and staff at Blacksburg was complaining about it too. So.
This time they'll come out and 2 tailbacks. McGarrell will drop back, looks to pass. He's going to hit Coles over to the left side. He breaks 1 tackle, gets out to about the 35 before he's pushed out of bounds. That should be a gain of 6 on the play. 2nd and 4.
Once again, typical Salem offense. Run off tackle, run inside, and a short passing game. On the play before that, they were looking to throw a quick out at the yardstick to get the first down, but Blacksburg had good coverage, and the quarterback just made a play once he broke containment and started scrambling. So Blacksburg's defense needs to come up big here on 2nd and 5 and not let Salem get up early.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, Adam McGarrell completes about 58% of his passes. That is pretty good, especially for a high school quarterback.
Right.
So they'll come out this once again, McGarrell under center, but 2 running backs behind him split out. This time they will hand it off up the middle. That is number 23, Daniel Dyer on the carry. He gets out to about the 30-yard line, right around the first down marker, and it looks like he's going to move the chain, so that'll be another first down there for the Spartans.
Once again, split backfield, just running off tackle again on an isolation play, and picks up 5 yards for the first down for Salem.
So 1st and 10 now at the 30 for the Spartans. They will hand it off to Coles over to the left side. Gets a couple blocks. Now he springs free. He's out past the 20, past the 10, into the end zone. Touchdown, Salem. It looked like he didn't have much room to work with there, but he got a couple key blocks, and he goes in untouched from 30 yards out to give Salem a 6-0 lead less than 4 minutes into this ball game.
Just straight isolation play off tackle to the other side. Nothing fancy about it. Lead with the fullback. Fullback blocks the outside linebacker. Nobody left for Blacksburg to catch him. And once he got out in the open, he broke it and scored for Salem.
So the thing that I said the Bruins couldn't really afford to do is let Salem get out early. That has happened right now. They're down 6-0.
And here's something you don't see very often anymore in football, is a straight-on kicker. Salem's kicker is a straight-on kicker with a square-toe shoe on. So we'll see if that affects these kicking towards the concession stand here at the new Bill Brown Stadium.
It's Chris Shelton who kicks their PATs, and he also plays left tackle. The kick is up, and it is good, so it is a 7-0 lead there for the Spartans. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. You're listening to Blacksburg High School football on ESPN Blacksburg.
You're looking a little lightheaded, my friend, and it's going to cost you.
He's right. According to adopted ordinance number 1497 amended to the town code, it is now required for all moped and scooter operators and passengers to wear helmets.
Failure to do so is a $50 fine.
$50?
Sure beats a medical bill. Remember, if you want to ride, protect your hide.
Wear a helmet. It's better than massive head trauma.
And welcome back. Salem just opened up a 7-0 lead. We still get 8 minutes and 3 seconds left here in the first quarter in this second River Ridge District play game here for the Blacksburg Bruins. And it was Kurt Coles who took it from 30 yards out into the end zone for the Spartans. Very good blocking, and he went in untouched.
Yeah, just a straight isolation play off tackle, nothing fancy about it. They just wall down and kick out, and off to the races he went.
Another squib low-liner kick. It's going to be picked up by Griffin Height at about the 35. He's going to get out past the 40. He doesn't want to go down. Going to get shoved out at about the 45, but Blacksburg should have very good field position to start out here.
Well, Griffin just lowered his shoulder over there and just ran over a Salem player, put him flat on his back and said, "No, thank you, sir, I'm going to keep going," and picked up about 8 more yards before he's finally run out of bounds. A great run by Griffin Height there.
Not too surprising to have seeing Griffin Height not wanting to go down with a pretty good run.
I wonder if his dad taught him anything.
So it's officially he went out of bounds at the 42. The Bruins will take it over from there. They're going to come out with Chris Garner as the lone back. Terrence Travis is going to come up under center. He's just going to hand it off to Chris Garner up the middle. He's going to push the pile out for about 4 yards.
It's a good surge there by Blacksburg's offensive line. Good run on first down. Good job all the way around. Coach Chris spreading that Salem defense out a little bit there and trying to run up inside of it.
And that's something that they'll definitely want to be able to do is just, get good chunks of yards, get themselves in third and short as opposed to third and long that they had earlier where they just have to huck it up. Because as we've seen Stephen Barnett, he can definitely come down with it. He has numerous interceptions on the season. He had 3 in the first game. I know he has at least 2 that he took back for touchdowns. So it's 2nd and 7 now. They're going to come out in the shotgun. Terrence takes the snap, gets a quick throw that's going to be caught by Ricky Sowers, who's going to go down about a yard shy of the first down marker. So that should bring up 3rd and 1. Good quick throw there, and gives Blacksburg a very manageable third down situation.
Yeah, good read by Terrence there. Both outside linebackers for Salem come up and came on the stunt. Terrence read it well, went to his hot receiver, and Ricky Sowers picked up about 5 more yards to bring up 3rd and 1. Good job by that quarterback.
And that it's good to see because he started off very well last week, but then as the game progressed, he just couldn't hit his targets. He was getting pressured. He was seeing defenses he hadn't seen before. So it's definitely good for Blacksburg if he can get off to a good start here. They're going to come out. Terrence will be under the center. He's just going to keep quarterback sneak it up, and he is going to get out past that first down marker. It looks like, and that should be a first down for the Bruins. Gain of about 2 on the play. They're now inside Spartan territory and out to about the 47-yard line, going from our left to the right, going towards the locker rooms.
Salem right there is not overly big on defense or offense as far as that's concerned. We talked a little bit about Hidden Valley being the same way last year, but they play bigger than what they really are, and a good job by Blacksburg's line to get that first down.
So they'll come out one more time. This time the I formation. Cameron Anderson, the deep back. They're going to hand it off to him up the middle. He's going to get about 4 yards on the play. Gets out to about the 43-yard line, looks like.
Wow, and he ran over that safety. The safety come up on run support, and Cameron lowered his shoulder right there and just ran right over top of him as well. Good hard run by Cameron. We talked about it a little bit last week about, maybe making too many moves. That time he just lowered his shoulder and bowled right over him.
And he accelerates so quickly, he gets to top speed before he even gets to that line. So, just with his momentum, he's pretty much going to get at least 2 yards, even if there's nothing to do. So that's going to be officially a gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Now coming out in the shotgun. Terrence Travis takes the snap, looking right. It's going to be deflected. Good defensive play there by number 20, the outside linebacker, Seth Fisher. Able to get his hand on it, intended for, I believe that was Chase Amaker.
Yeah, Amaker was open. Terrence just has to give him another second to clear that outside linebacker. Once he did that, there was nobody left in the middle of the field, and Chase was open. Could have been a big play for Blacksburg. So I'm sure Coach got to look at that out of that 4 wide right there. Fisher just jumped the route, but if he gives him one more second to break free, that could be a big play for Blacksburg later on in the football game.
Yeah, Terrence put some zip on that pass. Didn't have much height on it, and that's why he was able to get knocked down. So it'll be 3rd and 6 coming out now in the I formation. They're going to hand it off to Chris Garner up the middle. Not much room to work with. He's going to get about 2 yards. I think he might have fumbled the ball.
The ball came out, but the referee, I believe he was down on the ground. So
they're going to say so it'll be 4th down now, 4th and 4, and it looks like the punt unit is going to come out now. But that's a break for the Bruins because you don't want to turn it over at the 40. If you can at least get a good punt off here and down them close down to the goal line.
Absolutely. In a wet field here now, you want Morgan to try and pin Salem's offense deep and keep their backs to the field house down here.
Morgan, one of the top punters in the Timeslin, averaging about 37.5 yards on his punts. A little bit of a high snap, but he catches it. Punts it up, good high kick, and they're going to fair catch it at about the 13-yard line. So with 4:41 left in the first quarter, that is where Salem will start this offensive drive. So not nearly as good a field position here, and we'll see what Blacksburg does, see if they can get some pressure, and see if they can get a stop.
Right, and we'll see what kind of adjustments Coach Sheeler's made now after that first drive. Salem pretty much just went right down the field and scored, and Coach Sheeler's been doing a good job adjusting his defense to what he's seeing out on the field. So see if Blacksburg comes out and changes anything here on the second possession of Salem's.
Looks like they're going to come out in that spread attack, the quarterback under center and then 2 running backs behind him. He drops back, looks to pass, looking for Barnett, but that's going to fall incomplete, so that'll be 2nd and 10.
Good job by Blacksburg's defense there. Chase Amaker, he's not going to let him get deep on him. Footing, played an issue a little bit there as he slipped, and Salem ran the quick out, but fortunate for Blacksburg, the ball was thrown too far out and couldn't be caught, so brings up a 2nd and long, and this is not a passing down for Salem either. This is typical run down for their offense.
They're coming out in the I formation. They'll just hand it off up the middle. Gets a good crease. He's going to break one tackle out past the 30. Sean Gibson's going to push him down at about the 35-yard line, but pretty good run there by number 26, Jordan Daniels for Salem.
Same play that they scored on right there, just a straight isolation play off the left side behind that left offensive tackle of Salem's, and once he breaks through the line, there's nobody left there. So we're going to have to get our defensive ends to crash a little bit and shut down that isolation play there off the tackle.
As we've mentioned before, if you dedicate so many guys, if you put 8, 9 guys in the box to stop the run, it usually helps. But if they break through that containment, then there's no safety back there to prevent that big play. Luckily, Gibson was able to track him down and push him down. They're gonna come down, and that's a big sack there for the Bruins. McGarrell drop back to pass. Looks like there's a little confusion. He wanted to get rid of it quickly, but he did not have any time at all.
Adam Braun's coming through there flying and just nails the quarterback for a big sack. And I don't understand now. They're spotting the ball up at the 29-yard line.
They're going to say he only lost 4 yards on the play. He didn't have much of a drop back, but he definitely got laid out there by Adam Braun. Surprising he didn't let go of that football.
He was plumb back there about the 25, though. I don't know what they're spotting here, but irregardless, good play by Blacksburg's defense.
So 2nd and 13 at the 29 now. They will hand it over to the left side. You're going to get out past the 35, out to around the 39-yard line. There's Jordan Daniels on the carry again. They've got 4 guys that they'll rotate back there for Salem. They don't have Kurt Coles will get the bulk of the carries, but it's not like David Williams got it every single play. They've got some guys back there that'll keep some fresh legs. That looks like they've got some different style of runners too.
Right, and it looks like Coach Magenbauer has seen something on film or something that's showing him that he's really working on this left side of the Blacksburg defense, and we'll see what kind of adjustments Coach Sheeler makes on it.
So it'll be 3rd and 4 now. They'll hand it over to that left side, and they're going to be stuffed in the backfield. Looked like that was Tony Del Percio on the initial hit for the Bruins. Going to lose a couple yards, and they'll bring up 4th down. So big stop there for the Bruins.
Good read by Tony Del Percio coming from that inside linebacker position, scraping off and filling in that hole there that Salem's really been hurting Blacksburg with early, and Duron Phillips as well, and Mr. Electric now dropping back for Blacksburg to return punts, Terrence Travis. That's a new change.
Yeah, Terrence Travis, the quarterback but leading rusher for the Bruins, is set back there to return this punt. He's standing at about his own 29-yard line. Low snap, able to get it up though. And Travis is just going to let this one bounce. It'll roll inside the 30, inside the 25, and Salem will down it at about the 24-yard line.
Got a flag down on the other side of the field that was thrown at the snap of the football. The referee just took a spill at about the 40. Hope he's all right.
Well, definitely showing that it is a little bit wet out there.
Right.
It looks like he lost his footing.
It's the rain definitely has made things slick here in the field. Was mushy on the sidelines when I was down there, and out on the playing surface it was fairly solid, but it had gotten wet. You know, when the rain started coming down here about probably a little after 6 o'clock or so, and it come down pretty steady for a while.
That's going to be an illegal procedure penalty against Salem. Looks like one of the coaches on Blacksburg side wants to have them kick it again. That's usually the rule on 4th down or on a kickoff, is always have them kick it again.
Sure, and you know,
usually
the snap there two-hopped the punter too. So you know, I'm sure Blacksburg coaching staff, they've been around for a long time. They saw the same thing I did. The center short-hopped the punter. So you never know what'll happen on a wet night with these wet footballs. You know, make them kick it again. He may be a bad snap again. You get even better field position, or maybe Terrence will have a chance to bring one back.
So now it'll be 4th and 10 at the 31 for the Spartans as they'll kick this again. Minute 46 left to go here in the first quarter as the Spartans lead at 7-0. And Jackson Bradley is the punter for the Spartans. Better snap this time. He'll take it, get it up. Terrence Travis will let this one bounce one more time, and it's going to roll inside the 30. So they're going to gain about 4 yards on the penalty. But, you know, you never know. Have them kick it again. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 27 now for the Bruins.
Yeah, one thing, too, is Salem center, just before he snaps, is he's bobbing up and down. So, you know, if you get a punt block on, you can teach your punt block team, you know, when he starts bobbing to get ready, he's going to snap the football. So those are the little things that you look at as a coach, and to give you that extra step that may be the difference in you blocking a kick or not.
And I think this shows a sign of just how young Blacksburg is, because they usually run those 4 wide receivers. Instead of having a younger guy go in there, they're just putting Morgan Jones in the game. They're running a lot more I formation as they are here. Cameron Anderson up the middle. He's going to jump over the pile. He gets out past the 30 to about the 31-yard line, gain of 4 on the play.
Good hard run by Cameron Anderson there, just putting his shoulder down, leaping over players and getting as many yards as he can, and that's what he needs to do against a quick defense like this. One of the ways that you slow down a quicker defense is to run right at them. That's the toughest thing for them to defend. So good play calling by Coach Chris there, going right up the middle, right at them.
And we've seen some good hard runs here by Cameron Anderson, not doing any dancing, just straight ahead. They'll hand it off to him over to the left side. He's going to have to jump over a defender. He gets up to about the 35-yard line. He's going to get about 3 yards on this play. Not too much room to work with, but he's running hard. We've seen him have to hurdle defenders and down blockers on the last 2 plays. They're going to credit him with a gain of 3. He gets out to about the 34.
Right, and the one thing that you see in Salem's defense is when you run wide, you see how quick they really are. When you run right at them, you know, they're not as quick. So give him credit right there. You know, he cut it up inside. It wasn't nothing there. He had to get outside, and he picked up 3 hard yards.
So they'll come out shotgun formation now on 3rd and 3. Terrence Travis has Cameron Anderson and Chris Garner behind him, or beside him. He's going to be hit in the backfield as he takes it up himself. He's going to be brought down at about the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring him another 4th down, and that will be the last play here in the first quarter. So at the end of 1, The Salem Spartans lead the Blacksburg Bruins 7-0. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. Alongside the coach, Chris Lucas, I'm J.D. Howell. You are listening to Blacksburg High School football on ESPN Blacksburg.
I knew I needed help paying for college. I've always wanted to be a teacher. I used to make worksheets for my friends to do. No one ever wanted to come over. My guidance counselor told me about federal student aid, and my mom helped me fill out the free application. I got the grants and loans that made school possible. There is a way to pay for school. You just have to find it. My name is Caitlin. I'm going to be a special education teacher. I'm going to live my dream.
And welcome back to Dave Christ Field as the Bruins have it 4th down and 3 at their own 31. They'll be kicking it, or they'll be punting it over to the Spartans. They'll be kicking it now from the right, heading over to the left. Looking at some quick first quarter stats here, Salem had 64 rushing yards, the Bruins had 18. Salem had 15 passing yards, the Bruins with 5. So not much offense there for Blacksburg in the first quarter. Morgan Jones punts it. That's going to be returned. That's Stephen Barnett. Catches it about his own 35, but he's going to slip up and fall down at about the 44-yard line. Wasn't brought down by anyone but the old grass monster. And as we've mentioned, it is pretty wet out there.
That white line will get you every time if you're not careful.
So Blacksburg had 23 yards there in the first quarter. Salem was 79. The time of possession was pretty even. Blacksburg was 6:07 and Salem with 5:53. So Salem will come out in the I formation one more time as Kurt Coles takes it up the middle. He's got not much room to work with. He's going to only get about a yard before he is dragged down out to about the 40.
It's a good job by Blacksburg's defensive line, again, getting penetration. You know, that's what you want to see if you're Coach Sealers. Have your defensive line take care of that fullback trap and that ISO off tackle so that your linebackers can cover all the other things like play action and the quick outs and so forth. And that way he doesn't have to dedicate as many players to certain things that Salem wants to run.
They'll come out this time in that wing formation. Dropping back to pass, looking for Stephen Barnett. He's going to catch it. He's going to break a couple tackles, and then he's going to be dragged down by Tony Del Percio at about the 49-yard line, just shy of the first down marker. That'll be 3rd and 2.
Once again, Salem's passing game, everything's short and underneath. Just a quick flanker screen right there. He splits between 2 of Blacksburg defenders, in Amaker and Wilson, and unfortunate for Blacksburg, he's got it up here in a 3rd and short situation for the Salem offense.
They'll come out in the wing one more time. Looks like it's Kurt Coles and Daniel Dyer in the backfield. They will hand it to Dyer over to the left side, and he's going to get out past the first down marker out to about the 49. And that'll move the chains for the Spartans, but he doesn't get much after that.
It's a good job by Deron Phillips coming from the left side defensive tackle and making the play on that off tackle play over to the right side, coming across the field, defeating his block and making the play from the back side.
So it's 1st and 10 now for the Spartans at the 50-yard line. Coming out in the I formation. They'll hand it off to Kurt Coles over to the left side. He's going to be tackled around the line of scrimmage. He's going to fall forward, get about 2 yards on the play. That should bring up 2nd and 8 as they get it into Blacksburg territory. And it looks like we've got a timeout on the field called by Salem.
Salem called that quick. I don't understand what they're doing.
It's possible Coach Magenbauer saw something on that play that he wanted to get his players in real quick and say, okay, we're going to run this same play, but I just need, the right guard to pull or something. He must have seen something that he didn't like or that he liked maybe for the next play, because he did call that.
He called that extremely fast when the play was over with, and Coach Magenbauer in the offensive huddle over there, nobody else is out there, and he doesn't look very happy. So apparently he's seeing something. Blacksburg's defense on the last 2 possessions have played well inside, and the defensive line's starting to step up and play hard. So Coach Magenbauer, not liking what he sees, called a timeout, and away they went.
Looks like the refs are having a little conference before they put this ball back in play.
as the rain's picking back up again. You can see it coming down in the lights here at Bill Brown Stadium.
So it'll be 2nd and 8 now at the Bruin 48. It looks like we've got a false start here on the wide receiver. That was Reggie Barnett here. Just got a quick jump on that one.
So both Barnetts are 19 and 3, aren't they? Both
Yes.
of them look exactly alike. They're both tall and lanky and good-looking athletes out there. One lines up on one side of the field and one lines up on the other. One is a flanker and the other one's a split end. That's a good target to throw at if you're a quarterback, a 6', 3" wide receiver.
Yeah, that's good size at any level,
Yeah,
especially at the high school level.
And we've seen Barnett's leaping. Well, we've seen one of the Barnett's leaping ability over here on that interception in Blacksburg's first drive.
So they'll march that back 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 3. Once again, now in Salem territory.
13.
What did I say?
3.
Oh, yeah. 2nd and 13, excuse me. So they will hand it off over to the right side now. This is Coles. He's got a man in front of him, but he's got a whole bunch of Blacksburg defenders. They're going to bring him down around the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 3rd and 13 now.
And like I said earlier, Coach Sheeler will adjust to what they're showing, and he's made some adjustments here on defense, and the defense is now getting penetration in there on Salem's offense and slowing it down. So 2nd and 13, still a rundown for Salem's offense, like I was saying in the first part of the game. So now look for them to maybe go up top to one of the Barnett brothers here and on 3rd and 13.
Steve Barnett is to the far side. They pump fake to him. He's got past his man. It's going to get just over his head. It's going to fall incomplete. Pretty good coverage there by Chase Amaker. Didn't bite on the double move or the pump fake. He was there. And with that good coverage, is going to force an incomplete pass. And a 4th down now, and the Spartans are going to have to punt.
Good job by Blacksburg's defense. 2 possessions in a row now has made Salem punt. So basically we just got to get a little momentum going on offense now against this good defense. Keep the ball for a while here and take up some time in the 2nd quarter and get some points on the board.
Terrence Travis is back there to return this punt one more time. Jordan Porter usually returns the kicks and the punts, but he is out, I believe, for 6 to 8 weeks. Punter kicks it up. It's an end-over-end punt. Terrence is just going to let this one bounce. It's going to hit back, and the Bruins are going to take it over at about the 21-yard line with 9 minutes left to go here in the first half.
Not much distance on the punts by Salem. The punter's not getting a good foot in it. Terrence is not getting an opportunity to make a return.
Yeah, that's the thing, is the punts have been so short that Terrence would not have any room to return to. He'd pretty much be tackled immediately. So good job there. Just taking it where the ball is going to be. It's not great field position, but you don't want to risk a turnover. You don't want to risk fumbling it. So they're going to come out this time in the shotgun. Now they're going to have 4 wide receivers. Travis drops back, looking to throw. Still looking. He's got a man that sours over near the sideline. He's going to catch it and go out of bounds at about the 35. They're going to get about 13 yards on the play, and that's a 1st down for Blacksburg.
Great job by Blacksburg's offensive line right there. Gave Terrence all day to throw. He looked at about 2 or 3 different receivers that wasn't open. Got Ricky Sowers over here on the comeback route on the sidelines. He lost his footing, but he's wide open. Nice gain for Blacksburg there on their first play from scrimmage.
So they gained 23 yards the entire first quarter. They gained, what, 13 on that play?
13 on one play. Salem staying in that 4-3 defense and bringing their linebackers.
They'll hand it off to Cameron Anderson up the middle. He's got a couple blockers. He's going to knock down one of his blockers. He's going to get it out past the 45-yard line, and it looks like he fumbled it, and Salem recovered it. So Salem will take over trying to figure out where exactly they picked it up, but it'll be Salem ball at their own 49-yard line. Now, I couldn't see exactly when that ball came out. Is it when he ran into his own blocker?
I'm not for sure. Chase Amaker got in his way. He had broken out in open field and was getting ready to turn it on and ran right into Chase Amaker. And next thing you know, the ball's on the ground just when Blacksburg's offense was getting some momentum and moving the football. The same thing. It hurt them last week against Hidden Valley. It's bit them again here against Salem.
Good hard run there by Cameron Anderson up the middle, but unfortunately he coughed it up. So the Spartans will take it over at their own 49-yard line. They'll hand it off over to the left side, getting out into Blacksburg territory. Tackled around the 45-yard line was Jordan Daniels.
Once again, they're just running off tackle to that left side, on the left side of that defense over there for Blacksburg. And they picked up 5 yards on first down to bring up 2nd and 5.
Officially, he went down at the 46-yard line. So they'll be in Bruins territory one more time. Just a little bit over 8 minutes left to go here in the first half. Spartans lead at 7-0. Jordan Daniels, again, the deep back. They'll hand it off to him over to the left side. He's going to be brought down from behind. Looked like that was Adam Bronze on the tackle. Good defensive play there for the Bruins by Bronze as he comes around from that far side, catches him from behind, gets him. They're crediting him with a gain of 1. I didn't see a gain of 1, but either way, it's not much. So it'll be 3rd and 5 now, 3rd and 4.
Adam Bronze coming from the defensive end position all the way across the field, ran him down from the backside to make the play. So brings up a 3rd and 4 for Salem here. Probably a run play for them. That's their style of offense. But they look for them to throw a quick out, too, if they do put it in the air.
Daniel still the tailback. McGarrell will drop back, looking to throw. He's going to get pressured. He's going to break a couple tackles, get out past the first down marker, out past the 35, breaks another tackle, and he's going to get dragged down at about the 21-yard line. Very, very good run there for quarterback Adam McGarrell. As the pass protection broke down a little bit, he tucked it and gains 24 yards on the play.
Great coverage by Blacksburg's defensive backs, and he just split the defensive line, ran through about 4 people, and broke a couple tackles after that, and had a nice gain for Salem.
So it'll be 1st and 10 now for Salem at the Blacksburg 22. They'll hand it off over to the left side again, and he's going to be dragged down in the backfield. Looked like that was Deron Phillips with the tackle in the backfield. He's going to lose a couple of yards on that play. So looks like Blacksburg is kind of figuring out that Salem wants to run it off that left tackle, and Salem's going to call another timeout.
Coach Megenbauer still not very happy, and once again, it must be our angle. I thought Deron had him for about a 5-yard loss in the backfield, but they're only showing him it's losing 1 yard. But good play by Blacksburg's defensive line, getting penetration in there and stopping that run. They were trying to run off tackle again to the left side of Blacksburg's defense, and Deron broke through and made a nice play.
That's got to be frustrating on the 3rd down play. They had good pursuit of the quarterback, good coverage downfield, and then he just tucks it, and he's able to get 23 yards on the run. He broke a couple tackles, but he clearly would have had the 1st down anyway.
Yeah, they had him boxed in back there in the backfield, though, for what could have been a big loss, and he just ran right between about 4 Blacksburg defenders, and nobody could get him down. And he just made a great play, picked up a big, run for Salem's offense. And Coach Megenbauer called another quick timeout right there after Phillips broke through in the backfield and made the play. So apparently he's not happy with his offensive line's play from Salem.
So Jordan Daniels will stay in as the tailback. Haven't seen Kurt Coles in a little bit. So 6:38 left in the first half. They'll come out 2nd and 11 at the Blacksburg 26. They'll hand it off to him over to the right side. He's going to break a couple tackles, get out past the 15, drag down at about the 11-yard line. That'll be a 1st down for Salem.
Once again, that's just a straight isolation play right off tackle. It's nothing fancy about it. They lead with the fullback. They pull the guard. They kicked out on the outside linebacker. He cut it back inside, and there was no inside pursuit for Blacksburg's defense. So, excellent play by Salem's offense. They just block it well, and that's what they do best.
It looks like there's not much running room, but they're just able to get a hat on a hat and open up some room for him. He's able to get big gains. They're going to run it over the left side again. That's Daniels. He's going to be brought down from behind. Looks like that was Tony Del Percio. He's going to get about 2 or 3 yards on the play. Looks like someone's hat fell off there for the Spartans.
Yeah, Salem's lining up now in a 2-tight offensive formation with a flanker and running out of the eye. They're just going to try to power it up and just run it right at Blacksburg here inside the 20-yard line.
So gain the 3 on the play, 2nd and 7 at the 8. They will still be able to get a 1st down. They don't have to get a touchdown. It's not a goal-to-go situation. Coming out in the I formation, it looks like Daniel's still back there. They're going to hand it off to him over to the left side. He's got a lead blocker. He's going to get out past around the 1st down marker Going to be dragged out of bounds by a couple Blacksburg defenders, but not until he gets a gain of about 6 or 7.
Once again, there was nobody outside over there for Blacksburg's defense. The fullback led and went all the way down the field on the corner with nobody to block. So, sure, Coach Sheeler's going to work on that and make an adjustment here for Blacksburg and find out why they keep working on that left side over there, of our defense.
So he's going to get a first down on the play. It'll be first and goal now from about the 1 or 2. Can't exactly see where the ball's spotted. Come out in a big, tight formation. They're going to have Daniels. He's going to be hit in the backfield. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. Going to lose a few yards. Looks like he's brought down at about the 4.
And that's how you take care of it. You get penetration by your defensive line and get the play before it gets going. Excellent job by Blacksburg's defensive front right there for the Bruins.
This would be a huge goal line stand if the Bruins are able to mount one to keep this, potentially to just a 10-0 or perhaps a 7-0 deficit.
And look at it. Look for them to go back to the left over there. They've had success over there running off tackle to the left side of Blacksburg's defense.
And Stephen Barnett now just checking in. Looks like McGarrett's going to hand it off over to the left side. He's going to be brought down around the goal line. That was Adam Cawley on the carry. He's going to be, looks just shy. That'll bring up 3rd and goal. This is a huge down. We'll see which line will be able to impose their will. Will Blacksburg be able to get pressure, or will Salem be able to punch it in here?
Looks like the ball's at about the 1-yard line, maybe just inside the 1.
Salem's going to hand it off to the left side. He's going to be hit right around the line of scrimmage. Looks like he's going to be short. It's going to be 4th down is what they're calling it. So he's not able to get into the end zone.
Good job by the left side of that defense that time. Good penetration again by Deron Phillips coming through the backside, and Morgan Jones over there playing defensive end. Salem looks like they'll go for it here on 4th down.
So less than 3.5 minutes left to go here in the first half. Salem leads at 7-0. They're going to go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Adam McGarrell under center. He's going to hand it off over to the left side again. He's going to just crack into the end zone. Touchdown, Salem.
Man.
It looked like they could have got him right around the line of scrimmage. Wasn't sure, but he's able to dive into the end zone for a touchdown. So with 3 minutes, 10 seconds left to go here in the first half, Salem is now out to a 13-0 lead.
It's a great job by Blacksburg's defense right there on the goal line, though, trying to hold him out. He just barely got in there. He was running away from us. They were going towards the field house here at Bill Brown Stadium and ran it to the left side of that Blacksburg defense, and that's where Salem's been attacking this whole first half, and he just barely squeaked in there.
Couldn't identify the number. Was that Jordan Daniels, number 26, who scored that touchdown?
I'm not for sure.
The PAT is going to be up and good, so Salem will have a 14-0 lead. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout before we get back to the kickoff. You're listening to Blacksburg High School football on ESPN Blacksburg. Alongside the coach, Chris Lucas, I'm J.D. Howell.
Join hands.
Open your heart.
Learn your muscle.
Give an hour. Give a Saturday.
Give 10%.
Give 110%.
Improve lives.
Give.
Advocate.
Volunteer.
Live united.
And welcome back to the new Bill Brown Stadium at David Chris Field. The Salem Spartans just took a 14-0 lead over the Blacksburg Bruins on Adam Cawley's 1-yard touchdown run. There's 3 minutes, 10 seconds left to go here in the first half as the Spartans are set to kick it off to the Bruins. Deep to return is Cameron Anderson. Kickoff man for the Spartans is number 22, Jordan Jeffries. He squibbed the first 2 kickoffs here in the first half, and he's going to do it one more time. It's going to be picked up by Cameron Anderson at his own 22. Not much room to work with, and he's going to get out past the 30, drag down at the 33, so that's where the Bruins will start with it. 3 minutes, 5 seconds left to go. See if Terrence Travis can lead them on a touchdown drive to get it back to a 7-point game.
Well, you know, the last time we had the football, we was moving the ball down the field and created that turnover. And Salem, once again, they've gotten 14 points off of 2 Blacksburg turnovers so far in this football game. And if you're going to beat a good football team, you got to take care of the football and put that thing away.
Looks like they're going to come out in the shotgun. Terrence Travis back there and Chris Garner on his right side. He's going to take the snap, roll over to the right, looking to throw. He's going to fire it up there, looking to Sean Gibson. That's going to be over his head, incomplete. So that'll bring up 2nd and 2. 2:58 left to go here in the first half.
Salem's running a 4-3 defense, and they got 2 outside linebackers that's mirroring everything Travis is doing. They know about his running ability, and they're not committing people to the pass. They're committing 2 outside linebackers to keep him contained and keep him from running the football, and so far they've been successful at doing it.
Yeah, you can tell they rolled him out over to the right just to say, you know, if there's nowhere to pass it, run it, but there was nowhere to run it, so he had to just let it go. They're going to hand it off up the middle. This time, Cameron Anderson, he's going to get out past the 35-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play. That should bring up 3rd and 7 now.
Be an interesting play call here for Coach Chris, because one thing that you want to do is keep that clock running. You don't want to give the football back to Salem here with you know, very much time left to where they can go down the field and possibly get another score on you. So be interesting to see what Coach calls here to try and pick up this first down for the Bruins.
Right, because if you don't get it, you're going to have to punt it back, and you don't want to give them enough time to mount, you know, a drive. It's already 14-0. So they come out in the I formation this time. They'll fake the handoff to Cameron Anderson. Terrence Travis rolling to the left, looks to throw. He's going to tuck it, and he is going to run out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. Looks like he's going to be short by about a yard here. So yeah, it's going to be 4th and 1 now for the Bruins at their own 42.
And Coach is...
It looks like they're going to punt it away. But unfortunately, he ran out of bounds, so that stopped the clock.
Stopped the clock for Salem. They don't have to burn their final timeout. But, you know, the field was wide open when he rolled out that time. He had all kinds of green. Once he turned the corner, it closed quick. And that's another indication of how quick this Salem defense really is.
So Morgan Jones set to punt it. Looks like Reggie Barnett is set to kick a high snap. He's able to pull it down, though. That's going to bounce. Barnett's going to, it's not Barnett. He's going to pick it up, though. Salem's going to return it out past the 25-yard line. Going to be tackled at about the 27. That was actually number 15, Anthony Tolliver. He returns their kicks. He's taken 2 kickoffs back. So very dangerous return man. Blacksburg able to corral him at about the, 27?
Yeah, it's a good thing Morgan Jones is 6'5", too. That snap was real high. So thank goodness for Morgan and his leaping ability. He went up there and snared it with one hand and got a pretty decent kickoff and good coverage by Blacksburg's punt cover team. Big stand here now for the defense. Last thing you want to do is let them score again with 2:03 to go in the half.
So Salem's going to come out now in the shotgun. McGarrell takes the snap, looking to throw, is going to fire it. He's got Barnett, but it's going to go through his hands. Throws a little bit high, but Barnett was able to get 2 hands on it, but it slipped right through. So that's going to be 2nd and 10 now. Under 2 minutes left to play here in the first half, as the Spartans lead the Bruins 14-0.
And now you know, you start thinking about the clock again. It's 1:58. It's 2nd and 10. If Blacksburg's defense can hold them here, they still got 3 timeouts. Can maybe use a couple of timeouts to save some time on the clock and try to get a score before the half.
Yeah, this second down play is going to be very important here for the Bruins defense. See if they can, you know, if it's a completed pass, get it for, you know, small gain, or if they run it, we'll see what happens. So they're going to be in the shotgun. McGarrell looking to throw. He's going to get some pressure. He's going to shed the pressure. He's going to throw it up there. He's got Barnett over to the side, but he's going to drop it. That was Reggie Barnett. He was open, got past the defense. Throws a little bit behind him, but he got a couple hands on that. He wasn't going to be able to bring it in. Might be, could it be the wet ball, just a little bit slicker?
That's 2 plays in a row that should have been caught. I mean, both of those balls should have been caught by the Salem receivers, and both of them went right through their hands. And what's even more amazing to me is how does McGarrell get between those linemen the way he does? But, you know, great pressure again by Blacksburg's defensive line. He just steps right between 2 defenders, and we don't get the sack. So now it's 3rd and 10, and here, if you can stop them, you want to burn one of your timeouts to leave you as much time as you can. And Salem's running their 4-wide offense now, so they're probably going to throw it again.
McGarrell's going to take the snap, rolls over to the right, looking to throw. Looks like he's got a man. It's going to be caught, going to be pushed out of bounds. That's going to be a few yards. That's going to be well short of the first down marker. He's going to go
got it. They're giving him the spot. He's going to be 2 yards past it.
Yeah, sorry, I misread where that line was. And so that's going to be first down for Salem. Caught by Anthony Tolliver, and that's going to move the chains. Not what Blacksburg was hoping for on that one.
It's a big play for their offense. Now they're in the hurry-up mode. So
coming out shotgun, they've got 3 wide receivers to the far side. Tolliver to the near side. McGarrell rolling over to the left, looking to throw. Puts it up there, and that is going to it's going to go through the hands of a couple Blacksburg defenders. Looked like Kevin Wilson might have been able to pull that down, but it's going to fall incomplete. So a minute 38 left in the first half, 2nd and 10 now.
That's great coverage by Blacksburg defenders. They hit 2 of them right in the hands, and we couldn't come up with the interception, but great coverage.
Blacksburg saw that they wanted to run that 10-yard out route, and so they just they jumped the route, but unfortunately they had too good a coverage, and they had 2 guys fighting for the ball, and it just fell incomplete.
Salem's really trying to hurry up, really trying hard to get more points on the board here before the first half with a minute 38 to go.
So 2nd and 10 now at their own 40. McGarrell takes it in the shotgun, looking to throw, fires one over there. It's going to be caught at the 45 of Blacksburg. Going to break a couple tackles, going to get out past the 40, tackled around the 34-yard line, 36-yard line was Tolliver. So another first down catch for him.
Salem's on the move, and now if you're Coach Schiller, you may think about using some of your timeouts to give your defense a break too. So, you know, now the game has changed again with Salem driving.
So minute 20 left now. You're going to have 2 wide receivers on each side. McGarrell takes the snap, rolls over to the left, looks to throw, heaves it up in the air. That's going to be caught. That's going to be Reynolds. It looks like they've got an offensive pass interference. There's a flag. They're saying it's a touchdown, but Stephen Barnett looked like he pushed off on the play, and
Absolutely.
I would imagine that's going to come back.
Blacksburg had great coverage right there on the play, and Barnett just shoved him in the back, shoved the defender down. He caught the ball for the touchdown. They threw the flag, so we'll see what the call ends up being.
Looked like Trevor Bennett was clapping there for the Bruins to indicate that this would be a penalty against the Spartans.
And that's what it is, offensive pass interference. So that's a good call by the officiating crew.
So the touchdown will be nullified, and they will march it back 15 yards. So this ball is going to be back in Salem territory. That's a huge penalty.
They had lost it down too, so that'll make it second. Should make it second and about probably 5:20, maybe somewhere in that neighborhood.
Second, yep. So a minute left to go. It's 2nd and 25. Salem's got it now at their own 49-yard line. Coming out in the shotgun again, they're just going to hand it off over to the right side. He's going to get through, get out past the 40-yard line of the Bruins. He's going to break a couple tackles. He's going to get out past the 30, inside the 20 before he's brought down. They just run a draw there on that play. Great call there by Magenbauer. And what looked to be, you know, kind of conservative, ends up getting a huge play and gets him right back in scoring position.
Yeah, I'd look for Coach Schiller to call a timeout right here. He's not very happy. You know, the tackling on that play was not very good. And sure enough, Coach Schiller calls a timeout for Blacksburg, and he's going to have to talk to these guys about wrapping up and get that guy down on the ground.
So with 46 seconds left to go here in the first half, Salem's going to have it 1st and 10 at the Blacksburg 17. They just had a huge 15-yard penalty on offensive pass interference and the loss of down. It looked like, you know, Blacksburg, if they could just get a stop there on that 2nd down play, they would force a 3rd and 25, which you wouldn't think they'd be able to convert. They run the draw, and they're able to get a huge gain on it. Now they've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone.
And that's a good timeout, too, by the coaching staff. It gives you defensive guys a chance to catch their breath here a minute on such a crucial set of plays coming up, with Salem only being about 17 yards out of pay dirt with only 46 seconds to go in the half. You really can't afford to get down, you know, too many points to a very good Salem defense. So good timeout by the coaching staff. Regroup here for a minute. If you had them pinned back, Salem makes a good play, good call on 2nd and long, and you know, give their running back credit. He broke about 4 or 5 tackles on that one play. So
yeah, Blacksburg is going to be kicking off in the second half. So you definitely don't want to go down 21-0 at the end of the first half and then not be getting the ball there. So this will be a huge stand and a huge test here for the Bruins defense.
Absolutely, and you know, they put up a big fight on the goal line the last time Salem had the ball, so we'll see how they handle this.
They'll come out in the shotgun one more time. McGarrell drops back, looks to throw, heaves one over to Bennett. He's going to catch it in the end zone, but it looks like they're going to flag him one.
Barnett did the same thing again. He pushed on the outside. You know, he pushed the defender out of the way and caught the pass, and this should be offensive pass interference again.
So it's Reggie Barnett that time. who, if it stands, it'll be a touchdown. But they're going to call him on offensive pass interference. So each one now has had a touchdown nullified because they pushed off. They're going to march off 15 yards, and they'll lose that down one more time.
That's right. I mean, it's you could see it from even where we're at. They've done it on both sides of the field, and both times the receivers just pushed the defender, pretty good, pretty significantly, and he caught the pass for a touchdown. But
it was so clear that it was the ref who was all the way standing about the 30-yard line was the one who threw the flag.
Yeah.
It wasn't the two guys standing near the end zone.
Sure, it's the line judge that's throwing it, that's trailing the play down the field. You can see it. He could see it just as well as we could have.
So now it'll be 2nd and 25 at the 32-yard line here for Salem. McGarrell takes the snap, looks to throw, fires over the left side. That's over the head of the intended wide receiver. That's going to fall incomplete. So 23 seconds left here in the first half. 3rd and 25 will be the down now. And so this is the situation that Blacksburg wanted to be last time that they had it 2nd and 25, was just force an incomplete pass and then make it 3rd and forever.
Absolutely. And again, the last time Salem come out, they spread the field, ran a draw underneath, and picked up a lot of yardage for the first down. Hopefully Blacksburg can shut this down, but look for them to go to the Barnetts again.
So McGarrell will drop back in the shotgun. He's going to heave one up. He's got Barnett, and it's going to go through his hands. It looks like the Blacksburg defender had a play on it. It's going to fall incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th and 25 now. That was looking for Stephen Barnett over the middle of the field.
Right, Blacksburg safety is sitting back there waiting to pick that thing off, and he's got to understand that he's going to have to step up in that run lane and catch that football at its highest point. Barnett just cut right in front of him and almost made the catch down on the goal line, and I think we got an official timeout here, or did Blacksburg call timeout? The officials have called timeout, and they're getting together here on this 4th and 25 play with 16 seconds left to go in the half. You can count on it going to one of the Barnetts this time, probably for sure, using their height somewhere over the shorter Blacksburg defenders.
So 4th and 25, 16 seconds left to go. McGarrell takes the snap, drops back, looks to throw, gets a little bit of pressure, looking for Barnett in the end zone. It's going to be knocked down by Caleb Goldsmith. Good play on that one, and Blacksburg's going to take it over. They're going to avoid giving up any more points. I would imagine they'll just take the knee here, go into halftime only down 14-0.
And that's exactly what I was talking about on the last play. That time Caleb adjusted, and he went to the football, got it at its highest point, knocked it down. Excellent defensive play by Caleb back there at the safety position. And Coach Sheeler's talking to him down on the sidelines now, saying, hey, man, on that first one, come catch it at its highest point, too. Don't let that defender cut in front of you and make a big play.
It looks like he instead of jumping at it, he could have had an interception there on that 3rd down pass. He was right in position, but instead of going and attacking it, it was Barnett who was able to jump in front of him. He wasn't able to bring it down and force the 3rd down. But, they got lucky there on that 3rd down play, and then good play there by Goldsmith. So Terrence Travis will take the knee. That'll do it here for the first half of play. The Salem Spartans are leading the Blacksburg Bruins 14-0. Two Blacksburg turnovers led to 14 points for Salem.
Absolutely.
So we will see what kind of second half we have here. We're going to take, Mason will have your halftime report. Hopefully we can get you some scores around the district. As I mentioned earlier, there's Christiansburg has a home game against Hidden Valley, and Cave Spring is taking on Pulaski in the River Ridge district. So Mason will have your halftime scores. We'll be back in a couple minutes. You're listening to Blacksburg High School football on ESPN Blacksburg alongside the coach Chris Lucas. I'm JD Howell.
I remember my father as a particularly strong man. His health seemed perfect, at least to the eyes of a 7-year-old. But then he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. 3 months later, my dad Michael died. I'm Jennifer Landon. Today we know a lot about preventing cancer. If you smoke, quit. Eat more vegetables and fruits. Have more vegetarian and vegan meals. These steps are powerful for you and your whole family. For more information, call 1-866-906-WELL or visit cancerproject.org.
Hi, I'm Albert Pujols and I play baseball. Today I'm going to bat for kids who need dental care. Every child should be able to eat, sleep, and learn. Well, that's pretty hard to do when you have a toothache. Tooth decay is one of the leading reasons why kids miss school. The American Dental Association Give Kids a Smile program wants to help. Kids cannot be healthy without good dental health. Visit our website and give kids a big smile.
Please visit our website at givekidsasmile.aga.org.
And welcome back as the Bruins are taking the field one more time before they start off the second half of play. During halftime, there was a ceremony for a former Blacksburg High School soccer player. It was for Alistair Moore. He played on the Blacksburg High School soccer team. He won 2 state championships. He was named second team All-American. He was also district, region, and state AA Player of the Year, 3-year starter, and 4-year varsity player there for the Blacksburg Bruins. So yeah, he won 2 state championships, 1 state runner-up, and was a captain his senior year. So they dedicated, they gave him a plaque, recognized his achievements there, and he's now playing. He's got a partial scholarship to play soccer at Virginia Tech.
Yep, and you know, that All-American status is not just like a statewide thing or anything. I mean, that's actually done through what ESPN and you know, how they recognize, you know, top athletes across the country. So, you know, that's a great honor. You know, we've had numerous academic All-Americans at Blacksburg High School, but he's one of the first athletic All-Americans I think that we've had at this school.
Yeah, and we talk about, you know, how Salem is year in, year out very good at football. Well, Blacksburg is year in, year out very, very good at soccer. They have 10 boys state championships in school history. So I mean, I think it's a culture of, you know, because it has been so good growing up, you want to play Blacksburg soccer, you want to be very good, and so the team it maintains to be very competitive year in, year out.
And Coach Blumenthal, he does a great job with that soccer program. He's an All-American himself, just as a person and a coach, and the kids play hard for him. And the state championship goes through Blacksburg every year in soccer. It's, you know, you hear that all the time.
So getting close to about a minute left to go here before the second half will kick off. Go ahead. I'll recap the scoring there of the first half. Less than 4 minutes into the game at 8:03 left, Kurt Coles took it from 30 yards out for a score for Salem. And then in the second quarter, 3 minutes, 10 seconds left to go in the first half, Adam Colley was able to take it in from the 1 on 4th down. It was that pretty good goal line stand there by Blacksburg. Salem went for it on 4th and 1. They got it just inside, but Blacksburg played very, very good, stout goal line defense. They just couldn't keep him out for 4 plays. Looks like the 2 captains for the teams are going to go out there. Sowers is going to meet up with Joey Bickers of Salem as they discuss which side each team is going to defend, I would imagine.
Once again, this first possession, this first drive of the second half here that Salem has the football, it's important that Blacksburg's defense sets the tone, keeps them out of the end zone, and tries to get good field position for that offense. You know, offense needs to get some momentum, get some things going, get Terrence cranked up here in the football game. It seems like when Terrence is able to make a big play, it gets him more involved and gets him running downhill instead of uphill, as the old saying goes. So, like to see Terrence get out here, get a good start in the second half, and get his football team back into this football game here. Again, only down 14 points, 2 possessions, a lot of football to play. But it's a big half, a big first possession here for your defense.
So Brandon Robinson teeing it up now here for the Bruins. And in pregame warm-ups, I saw him make a 50-yard field goal. So he's definitely got some leg to him. We've seen some extra point and field goal troubles for Blacksburg, but if Robinson's able to get one off cleanly, he's got enough leg, as I just mentioned, to get it in from 50.
Sure, and on a wet field, though, things are a little different when you got 11 people coming after you too. So, but again, we'll see how Blacksburg decides to kick to Salem when they've got the dangerous return people that they do. That's, I think, leading in Tom's Land in return, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So, we're ready to go.
So Robinson will kick it not deep. It's going to roll over. It's going to go end over end. They're going to catch it about the 25, get it out past the 30, going to get tripped up. So they did not want Anthony Tolliver to return that one deep on him. Probably a wise decision. So Salem's going to take it over 1st and 10 at their own 34. Decent field position, but not that great.
We've seen both teams do that on all their kickoffs, squib the ball down the field. And again, weather has a lot to do with that, and how they game plan for the way they want to kick off to the other team.
So they're going to come out this time. They're going to spread out the running backs one more time. McGarrell will take the snap, hand it off over to the left side. That is Daniels. He's going to be stopped around the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1 or 2 on the play.
There again, Salem going back to that left side of the Bruin defense where they had a lot of success in the first half. Good job by Tony Del Percio stepping up in there, taking on that isolation by that fullback, and good pursuit by the Blacksburg defense for a short gain on first down.
So it'll be 2nd and 8 now at the Salem 36, going from our left to the right. McGarrell will take the snap, hand it off over to the left side again. That is Daniels. He's going to be hit around the line of scrimmage. He's going to get out. He's going to give it maybe 3 yards on that play. So that should bring up, what, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5?
Once again, Salem's lining up in a pro set formation to split in the backs, and they're running away from the tight end, away from the strength of the offensive formation. That's something that they've probably seen on film when they were doing the film study this week and preparing for the game. It's where they're really wanting to attack that Blacksburg defense. And good job again by Tony Del Percio stepping up in there and filling the void.
They're going to say he was down at the 38, so it'll be 3rd and 6 now. Come out in the I formation. McGarrell drops back, looks to throw, hits it over. That's Barnett. He's going to catch it at about the 49, go out in Blacksburg territory. Going to be pushed out of bounds at the Blacksburg 48, and that'll be a first down. So Steve Barnett with the catch.
It's just a great pass by McGarrell. He put the ball in the air before the receiver made the break that time. Receiver made a good break, running a good route. Tough to defend when the ball's in the air and it's a timing route like that. And a good play for Salem to pick up the first down.
So this will be their first trip into Blacksburg territory in the in the second half. 1st and 10 at the Blacksburg 48, coming out in the I formation. Jordan Daniels, the deep back, handed to him over to the left side. He's going to get dropped. He's going to get about 2 yards on the play. They keep plugging away that same play over to the left side. Blacksburg hasn't given up anything here in the second half on it.
That's Salem football. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's the way they look at things and the way they do it. So it's a big play there for Blacksburg's defense to stop them on first down.
So it'll be 2nd and 8 now. Salem at the Blacksburg 46. Haven't seen Kurt Coles in a while. Not sure why that is. They'll hand it off to the fullback this time. He's going to go up the middle, going to be dragged down. They're going to say he got out to the 43-yard line, 42-yard line. So that's a gain of about 4. Should be 3rd and 4 now.
3rd and 4 as Salem is driving towards the field house and the scoreboard end here at Bill Brown Stadium. And it brings up a big 3rd down for the Bruins defense.
They're going to come out in the I one more time. Hand it off to the fullback up the middle one more time. He's going to get 2, but that's going to be short of the first down. Looks like it's going to be 4th and 2 here for the Spartans. Not sure if they're going to keep the offense out there, if they're just going to punt it away. They've got it at the 40-yard line of the Bruins. Looks like they're going to huddle up and they're going to go for it.
Yeah, no hesitation by Coach Meganbauer. He just called the play and sent it right in. Look for him to go over that left side again. That's where they've had a lot of success running the football.
They've getting about 2 yards per play here in the second half on that. We'll see if that'll be enough if they go to it. Come out. They're going to hand it off. Same play over to the left side. Daniel's going to get it. He's going to get 3 on this play. He's going to get the first down and keep the chains moving for the Spartans.
And they're just powering it up between the tackles. Salem football, that's what they've done for years. They're good at it, and that's what they'll continue to do.
Typically, you think, if you're only getting 3 yards per running play, that's not good enough. But if you go for it on 4th down, that's 12 yards every 4 plays. So Salem's thinking is, hey, we'll just keep doing that. If we can keep getting 3, we're going to keep the chains moving. They're going to come out, I formation, drops back, looks to throw, heaves it up in the air. He's got a man. It's going to be caught by Tolliver in the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown, Salem.
Tolliver just ran right by the safety. We were unable to keep up with him wide open on the coverage, and we couldn't adjust to it. Big play for Salem for the touchdown.
Adam McGarrell shows off that arm. That ball was put perfectly right in stride to Anthony Tolliver. He catches it right at the end zone, goes in for the touchdown, and that gives Salem a 20-0 lead pending the PAT.
as we got a straight-on kicker, and he's got to put his square toe on. Again, I mentioned in the first tape, you don't see that very often. Most everybody you see is soccer-style kickers.
PAT is up and good. So we will take a quick 30-second break as the Spartans take a 21-0 lead on their opening drive here in the second half. You're listening to Blacksburg High School football on ESPN Blacksburg alongside the coach, Chris Lucas. I'm J.D. Howell.
Whether it's arts and culture, community events, great places to eat and shop, exciting athletics, you'll find it all in Blacksburg, the place to be.
Welcome back to David Chris Field. Salem has just now opened up a 21-0 lead over the Bruins to open up the second half here. They march down the field 63 yards, and Adam McGarrell throws a 37-yard touchdown pass to Anthony Tolliver with 8:17 left here in the third quarter. They're going to get another squib kick, nice and low. Blacksburg is just going to fall on it at about their own 28-yard line. So that is where Terrence Travis and the troops will start off here in the second half, and you've got to think that this is a huge drive here for the offense. If they can't get anything else, if they can't get anything here, down 21-0, you know, there's not much time left in the game after that.
You're putting yourself in a deeper and deeper hole that becomes, you know, almost impossible to dig out of when you're playing against a good defense like what Salem plays.
And as I said before the game, you know, it's the tale of Salem's defense, and the offense is, you know, balanced enough. They just keep moving the ball.
Blacksburg,
Blacksburg's going to go ahead and call timeout here.
Blacksburg's not lining up right, and Coach Chris takes his headset off, and he's not very happy. Have to burn this timeout early in this second half.
Yeah, as I was saying, you know, Salem's defense has allowed 59 yards here to the Blacksburg offense, and so they keep giving the ball back to the offense. It's not very explosive. You know, they had the big touchdown pass. It's just, you know, keep handing it off, keep getting what you can get, just keep plugging away. They went for it on that fourth down, and that really could be the change of the game. Had Blacksburg been able to get a stop there, the momentum would have shifted. They would have energized the guys, get a big fourth down stop, but instead, the drive keeps going there for Salem. It ends up in a touchdown, and now it's 21-0 with 20 minutes left here in the game.
And that's Salem football. They just hit you in the mouth again, and then all of a sudden they pop a deep one on you.
So Terrence will come back now in the shotgun, running backs to both sides. He's going to drop back, looking to throw, gets some pressure. He's going to hit it over to the right side, gets out past the line of scrimmage, puts his head down, and he's going to get tackled at the 35-yard line. Going to gain about 7 on the play. Should bring up 2nd and 3. Showed off some speed there. When he tucked it, he got some yardage.
Right, and when you get an athlete like that out in open space the way he can do, you never know what'll happen. Once again, he ran into Chase Amaker. Chase has 2 tackles tonight on his own teammates, but Chase was over there trying to make a block for him, and Terrence cut into him, and they ran into each other. But you know, nice gain on first down, and that's what we need to see more out of Terrence Travis, is him using his feet.
So 2nd and 3 at the 35. They're going to hand it off to Cameron Anderson up the middle, but not before there is a flag on the play. Looks like there's going to be no play. I'm going to assume that this is false start on the Bruins.
Yeah, if they blew it dead, I'm sure that's what it is.
And that's what it is. It'll be false start. So march that back instead of 2nd and 3. It's not going to be 2nd and 8. And that's pretty much what they faced there in the entire first half, which is pretty much the reason they weren't able to get anything going. They were in, you know, they couldn't get anything going on first down, which means they had long situations in 2nd and 3rd, and it's tough to, you know, you're pretty predictable.
Yeah, Salem lined up in the 4-3 defense there on first down and brought the house, and Blacksburg's offense did an excellent job of picking up the stunts, and Terrence got outside. So, you know, maybe we can see more of that here in the second half.
So he's going to come out shotgun again. Cameron Anderson and Chris Garner beside him. 2nd and 8. They're going to hand it off to Cameron Anderson up the middle. He's not going to get anything. He might lose a half a yard on the play. That's going to bring up another 3rd and long here for the Bruins. And the defense has got to say, please, just get a first down so we can be off the field for more than a minute and a half.
And what Salem's done defensively is normally in a 4-3, you have 4 down linemen and 3 linebackers and then 2 corners and 2 safeties, but they're actually only playing with 1 safety. They're playing their other safety like a strong safety and bringing him up in the box, so they actually have 8 people in the box, which makes it tough for Blacksburg to run on.
So they'll lose a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd and 9 now from the 30. Travis takes a snap, rolls to his left, throws it up in the air. It's going to be a little bit too high for Ricky Sowers. It's going to fall incomplete, and that'll be 4th down for the Bruins. They're going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, Terrence running to his left there, and he's a right-handed quarterback. Makes a tough throw for you as you're running to your left. You have to throw back across yourself and just put that ball a little high, too high for Ricky Sowers to bring down to get the first down. And Blacksburg's going on a punt and turning back over to the Salem offense.
Yeah, just missed his target by about 6 inches. If that ball's just down a little bit more, Sowers would have been able to get his hands on it. Had he been able to catch it, it would have been a first down. But as it stands, it's incomplete. Morgan Jones back to punt now. Kick is up, and it looks like Tolliver's going to be able to return this one for the first time. He's got 1 block. He's out past the 40, out past the 50. He's going to step out of bounds at about the 46-yard line, but they will start this drive at Blacksburg territory with 6 minutes and 7 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter.
Got a yellow hanky on the middle of the field out here. We'll see what this penalty is going to be. Well, they're pointing back towards Salem like the penalty's going to be on them.
Typically that would be a hold, and that's what it's going to be called. So this return is going to come back. A lot of times you'll see that as, the guys don't release the linemen when they're going down to cover the punt. They'll hold on to them. So this return will be negated, and instead of being in Blacksburg territory, Salem's going to start at 1st and 10 at their own 44. Still pretty good field position, though.
Right. Looks like Christiansburg Hidden Valley score still 14-14, and we haven't got any updates on Pulaski, have we?
No, I haven't gotten any yet. So 1st and 10 at the 44, coming out in the I formation. They're going to hand it off. That's the fullback up the middle. He's got not much room to work with. He's going to get about 2 on the play, but it looks like Kurt Coles is back in the game. Hadn't seen him in a while. That's good to see. Weren't sure exactly why he didn't. I don't think he played in the 2nd quarter.
I'm not for sure. It's a good job by Blacksburg's defensive front there. They're stacking up the fullback on the trap.
Yeah, we've seen good run defense here in the 2nd half by Blacksburg. They just gave up the big touchdown pass. So it'll be 2nd and 8 now. Coming out in that pro set one more time. He's going to drop back to pass, let it go. It's going to be caught up. That's going to hit the ground before he catches it. It's going to be incomplete. Was looking for Stephen Barnett. Surprise, surprise on that play.
Stephen Barnett's wide open over there in the flats. Blacksburg defenders is looking at the deep pass now since they just got burned on that first possession of Salem. So playing a little loose off of, and that time they ran a quick about
a 5-yard hitch on that one. Yeah, they're giving him about a 10-yard cushion. So if he can catch it there and then to get in front of the defender, it still can equate to a big play, but the throw is a little short, so it'll be 3rd and 8 now in the I formation. Hand it off up the middle. That's Coles. He's going to be hit in the backfield. He's going to lose a yard. It looks like they're going to credit him with no gain on the play, but either way, Salem's going to have to punt.
Absolutely. Just got to score. It's 14-14 Pulaski County and Cave Spring at halftime. Compliments there of Mr. Gresh. So thank you, sir. Keep us posted.
So it'll be 4th and 8, 5 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. That's exactly what the Salem defense needed, was a quick 3 and out. They're going to punt it to Terrence Travis. It's going to be another short punt. He's just going to tell everyone not to touch it. We've got another flag here, another flag on the play.
We had 2 players tied up at the middle of the field, and the yellow flag come flying. So we'll see who they call this one on.
Hold on the Bruins, so they already weren't going to have phenomenal field position, and now subtract 10 more yards from that. And that's definitely something that you don't want, especially knowing that each of the punts so far this game by Salem hasn't been returnable, you've got to you know just guess like, okay, we might not be able to return this. You get nothing out of holding.
Right. Absolutely. And it happened right at midfield behind the play, and nobody was around the two players except for the guys in the striped shirts that flagged Blacksburg for holding.
So the Bruins are going to take it over 1st and 10 at their own 10.
Yeah, it looks like about the 9-yard line.
So they have quite a ways to go for a touchdown. 1st and 10 at their own 10. 4:42 left in the third quarter. Terrence Travis rolls to his left, tries to hit Chris Garner, but it's just over his head. That's going to fall incomplete.
Once again, he's rolling, you know, to his left, throwing right-handed across his body, and that's tough to do. And he throws it high again over the receiver's head, which he was wide open out here in the flats. So looks like Cameron Anderson is coming off the field, shaking up a little bit.
He doesn't look like he wants to come out. He and Coach Christ are having a conversation. I don't think he's going to have to ask Terrence Travis what the play is, because he was out there. There's a lot of confusion in the Blacksburg backfield. Chris Garner's unhappy. It looked like Chase Amaker had to run off the field, so they didn't have too many men on the field, and Blacksburg's just going to have to take a timeout. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout right here with 4:32 left to go here in the third quarter. Salem leads Blacksburg 21-0. You're listening to ESPN Blacksburg's coverage of Blacksburg High School football.
I used to have a goat. Where did it go? It went to a family who really needed it. You see, giving a family an animal is like giving them a business. The wool, milk, eggs all turn into income for medicine, school, clothing, a better home, a sustainable livelihood. Soon the family is passing on the gift of the animal's offspring to another family who does the same, and on until the whole community is lifted out of poverty. That is where my goat went, and that's why you give to Heifer International.
And welcome back to the action. Looks like Cameron Anderson is getting treated for an injury on the sidelines. Not good news there for the Bruins. They had to take another timeout, so they only have one left here in the second half. A lot of confusion there for the Bruins. They're going to come out now, 2nd and 10 at their own 10. Looks like Griffin Height is the tailback, Chris Garner in at fullback. They're going to move Sowers in motion. They're going to hand it to Griffin over to the right side. He's going to get about 3 yards before he gets tackled, so that should bring up 3rd and 7. Another 3rd and long here for the Bruins.
Yeah, the Bruins definitely have come out of the locker room not hitting on all cylinders here in the second half. A lot of confusion on that last play. I'm not for sure what all was happening. Anderson was hurt, and he came off of the field in the end zone, and Amaker just runs off the field at about the 10 and stands next to the official on the sideline, and a very frustrated Coach Christ had to use his second timeout, and that's not how he wants to get this second half going for the Bruins.
So they'll give him 4. Terrence Travis now drops back to pass, fires one up, looking for Sowers, but that is got way too much arm on it. Sowers lays out, but he can't even get close to that, so it's going to be 4th down now for the Bruins. They're going to have to punt again. And it's getting to the point now where they don't have enough time, to be fiddling around. They need to start moving the ball if they want to get in this game.
Right, and Salem's going to get the football back in Blacksburg's territory after this punt and have excellent field position again with 3:50 to go in the third quarter, and it's just putting a lot of burden on your defense.
Looks like there's a little confusion on the return team there for Salem. Jones takes the snap, gets the punt up. It's going to be returned. Tolliver catches it at his own 48. He's going to get a couple good blocks there. He's going to get hit at the Blacksburg 45 and taken down there by a few Blacksburg defenders. And so the Salem Spartans will take over 1st and 10 at the Blacksburg 45. One more time, they get very good field position because the Bruins haven't been able. Have they gotten a first down in the second half?
No, they've had the ball, 6 plays in the third quarter?
I believe so.
So, tough task on this defense here. They just got to create a turnover or something here, get some good field position for the offense, and you still can get back in it. So you're just going to have to, keep playing hard.
So Jordan Daniels back there at tailback for Salem. He's going to take the handoff over to the left side. He's going to get over to the left side. Looks like Chase Amaker was able to grab his ankle and bring him down for only a gain of 2. That time, instead of hitting it inside the tackle, he broke it out to the far side. Had some green in front of him, but good open field tackle there by Amaker to limit the play, and that'll just be 2nd and 8 again.
Right, Chase Amaker is a shoestring tackle over there as the Spartans are driving towards the field house end of the football stadium here at Bill Brown, and fortunate for him, he made that shoestring tackle because there was a lot of green if he didn't, you know, out in front of him.
Salem will come out in the I formation one more time. Looks like Stephen Barnett and Anthony Tolliver, wide receivers, to the near side. They'll hand it off to the fullback up the middle. Gets out past the 40-yard line to about the 39. So he got a, looks like he's at the 38, excuse me, so it'll be 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4.
Once again, that's what Salem does best, just a basic fullback trap right up the middle, and they pick up, what, 6 yards, 7 yards on it, and that's what they like to do. They like to 4, 5, and 6 yard you to death and keep the football.
So 3rd and 3 at the Blacksburg 38. They'll hand it off to Daniels up the middle. He's going to get out past the first down marker. Breaks inside the 35, and he's going to go down at about the 33-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play and first, and that'll keep the chains moving there for the Spartans, but there is an injured Bruin down.
Who is that? Is that Griffin?
Can't see the number right now. Looks like Chris Garner's going to have to come in and replace the injured Bruin. Now I see Griffin Height there in the defensive huddle.
Yeah, it's not Griffin. It's not Amaker. 25.
Caleb Goldsmith.
Caleb. He runs off the field there. Looks like he's better now.
Hey, he saved that touchdown earlier. Getting you a score update thanks to Mason, our producer there back at the studio. Pulaski now has a 21-14 lead over Cave Spring. So Salem has it 1st and 10 at the Bruins 33. Hand it off up the middle, fullback, that is Adam Cawley. Not much room to work with on that one. Looks like he only got about a yard. Should be 2nd and 9 now. The Salem offense here in the second half isn't exciting, but it's doing the job. It's keeping the chains moving. It's keeping the clock moving. And now Blacksburg is down to, what, 13 and a half minutes left to go in the game. They're down by 21 points.
And that's what Salem does. You know, they do very few things, but they do them well. And that's the reason why they do so few things.
Hand it off to Cawley, the fullback, one more time over to the left side. He's going to get hit by a gang of Bruin defenders. Gets maybe another yard on that play. Should be 3rd and 8 now. See if the Bruins defense can step up here and force a 4th down. I don't know if they would go for it on 4th and 8 or not.
Yeah, you're kind of in that in-between situation. I would say that if Blacksburg can hold them to no gain or something here, Coach Meganberry would probably punt and go ahead and put out Blacksburg's offense deep in the hole again because his defense has been playing well. So
yeah, it'll be ruled officially no gain, so it'll be 3rd and 9 now. And this probably be the last play here in the 3rd quarter. Drops back to pass. Heaves one up. He's got a man. He's going to catch it. That is Stephen Barnett. And that is the ability that we were talking about in the pregame. Very good coverage there for the Bruins, but Barnett's athleticism and height allowed him to go up there, get the ball over the Bruin defender, take it into the end zone, and score the touchdown there for the Spartans and give them a 27-0 lead with 34 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter.
Once again, Blacksburg had Ricky Sowers in there playing defense and had double coverage on the play, and they just threw the ball up in the air, and he just jumped right over top of Ricky Sowers and made the catch and took the play for the touchdown.
So another touchdown pass for Adam McGarrell, and this one, he just threw it up there and let his guy go get it. You know, there's a lot of trust there. PAT is up and good. So with 34 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, Salem is out to a 28-0 lead now, and you've got to think there probably isn't enough time for a comeback unless, you know, they can get some turnovers, and then they need some big plays, which they haven't been able to get.
Well, again, you're playing against a good football team with a good defense, and when you create you know, problems for yourself, field possession or field position and time of possession, you know, it wears your defense down and so forth. And good football teams are going to take advantage of what's given to them, and so far they have. And now what you got to do is how much fight you got in you. You know, are you going to hang it up, or are you going to keep fighting? And I'm sure Coach is going to keep his players playing hard and see what they can do to improve to continue on in the River Ridge District here with the remaining schedule.
That's just got to be frustrating there for the Bruins. They've got them in a 3rd and long situation. They heave it up there. You know, for a while you're thinking this could be intercepted or at least knocked down, but, you know, Barnett is able to go up higher than any of the Blacksburg defenders were, so instead of having a 4th down, it's a touchdown.
Yeah, and the defense, you know, overall the defense has actually played well. They've played good run defense. Salem's broken a couple of runs, but again, they just chip at you, and then they lure you to sleep, and that's what happens.
Another low liner kick. Terrence Travis is going to pick it up. He's going to break through, going to get dragged down at the 40-yard line. It looked like he broke through the initial wave of tacklers, and someone's just able to grab his ankles. Otherwise, he probably would have been gone. The only guy left in front of him was the kicker.
And that's what you like to see out of him, and maybe now that'll be the spark to get him going, and he can use his feet a little bit more. But well, again, Salem's mirroring him with a couple of people that's responsible for him and keeping him contained, and so far in this football game they've done that.
So 27 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. The Bruins will take it over 1st and 10 at the 41, and they're going to need big plays. They can't have long, sustained drives, not that they've had any to begin with, but they're going to need big chunks of yards. They're going to come out in the I formation now. Hand it off to Griffin Height over to the right side. He's going to be hit around the line of scrimmage. Stop for no gain on the play. And he's Chris Garner's pretty slow to get up. Oh, excuse me, Garner was the ball carrier. I thought they gave that to Griffin Height.
Well, Griffin did have the football. Griffin was the ball carrier on that. Chris Garner was the fullback leading on the play, and one of the linebackers stepped up in there in the field and hit him pretty good. He was a little slow to get up off the ground as the 3rd quarter comes to an end.
So that will do it for 3 quarters of play here at David Chris Field at the new Bill Brown Stadium. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. We'll get you the last quarter of action between the Salem Spartans and the Blacksburg Bruins. Salem leads at 28-0. Alongside the coach, Chris Lucas, I'm J.D. Howell. You're listening to ESPN Blacksburg's coverage of Blacksburg High School football.
How far would you go to help someone? Would you go to the end of your driveway? Would you cross a street? Would you cross an ocean? Would you go if you could use your knowledge to teach someone? And in the process, maybe learn something yourself. Life is calling. How far will you go? Peace Corps.
Welcome back to the action. Terrence Travis takes the shotgun snap. He goes up the middle, breaks one tackle. He's out past the left side. He's got one man to beat, but he's going to be brought down at the 45-yard line of Salem, but he's still going to get the 1st down. And that is the biggest play on the evening there for Blacksburg. Looking here at some quick third quarter stats, Salem has 326 yards of offense, Blacksburg 70. 11 yards there in the 3rd quarter.
Wow. That's amazing.
They were able to possess it for longer than they were in the 2nd quarter. Now they've had it for 11:41. Salem 24-19. So it'll be 1st and 10 now. Bruins have it it's Spartan territory. Terrence Travis got another quarterback draw, running up the middle, breaks one tackle, out past the 35, out past the 30, got some room to run inside the 20. It looks like he's going to get hit out of bounds. That'll be another 15 yards, but not until he gets it inside the 20-yard line of Salem.
Actually, what is it, about the 22, and then he'll get 15 more added onto it. And this is what I was talking about when he had the kickoff. I said maybe that'll be the spark. And I've said it the whole football game. What we need to see is more of Terrence's feet. And here we've seen it so far in this drive to start the 4th quarter, and he's run it right down the field. So we'll see if he can keep the momentum going and punch this thing in the end zone.
So a couple of designed quarterback draws for Terrence Travis. He's able to get some good running room there. He got hit out of bounds, so tack on some penalty yardage. It'll be half the distance to the goal, so it looks like the Bruins will have it 1st and 10 at the 11. So they'll still be able to get a first down here. They'll come out in the shotgun one more time. Griffin Height, the running back. Terrence Travis will fake the handoff to him, run it over to the right side. He's going to get dragged down in the backfield. Loses maybe 3 yards on the play.
And the difference in that play is that time he tried to run wide, and against the speedy defense, that's not the way that you can do it. You got to run right at it and then make your cut, make your break. And that time Terrence tried to run it wide outside, and Salem ran him down for I guess, well, they're spotting him back at the original line of scrimmage for a no gain.
That was that'd be a pretty generous spot, I'd say. So it'll be 2nd and 10 now for the Bruins. Travis takes the snap, rolls to the right, looks to throw. He's going to pull it down. Not much room to work with. He's going to be pulled out of bounds by Daniel Dyer of the Spartans. It'll be 3rd down here. Just got another update from Mason, our producer. Pulaski is now leading Cave Spring 28-14.
Yeah, Pulaski's starting to get Cave Springs started the season at 5-0, and looks like now they're going to go to 5-2 once you get into the River Edge.
Just shows how tough it is.
Welcome to this district.
Pulaski was 2-4 coming to this week. Is that correct?
Correct.
So yeah, a 2-4 team has a 2-touchdown lead on a 5-1 team. That just shows how good this district really is. So it'll be 3rd and 8 at the 9 now. Terrence Travis looks to throw, has a man. They're going to throw a flag in the end zone. It's going to be pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, Ricky Sowers coming on a hard slant in the end zone. Good pass by Travis that time. Barnett's climbing the back of Sowers, didn't give him a chance to catch the football. Going to be pass interference, and should bring a 1st and goal for the Bruins.
And you can see the athleticism of the Barnett twins, but that's 3 times now in the end zone that they have been called for pass interference, twice on offense, once on defense.
Yeah, they can use their athletic ability. They're just going to have to learn to keep their hands to themselves and not use them so much, because they really do put their hands on people. They're aggressive, and
they're a little, I guess, a little over aggressive. So it'll be 1st and goal at the 4s where they're going to mark it. Terrence Travis is going to keep it. He's going to break 1 tackle, and he's going to get into the end zone for the touchdown for the Bruins. 10:35 left to go here in the 4th quarter, and the Bruins finally get on the board. It's 28-6.
Once again, I've said it the whole game. What we need to see is more of his feet, and in this drive we have seen his feet, and it took us right down the field for a touchdown. When you have a run threat at quarterback, it poses so much more for the defense to have to worry about and have to prepare for, and puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And in this particular drive, we've seen him, call his own number, keep the play. Coach calling the plays on that draw to get him up inside and get him out in the open where he can run.
Brandon Robinson's PAT attempt is up and good, so our score here is 28-7. We'll keep it here until the kickoff, but Terrence Travis was averaging over 100 yards per game on the ground. They didn't have much there going into the 3rd quarter, but he got a bunch of yards there on that 4th quarter drive. And it's now a 28-7 game. We'll see if, with only 10:35 left in the game, if they elect to kick it off, hope that the defense can get off the field, or if maybe they go for an onside kick right now.
Right, and once again, Coach comes out, spreads that Salem 4-3 defense out a little bit, then just gashes it up inside with the quarterback, with Anderson being hurt. And he didn't come back in on that offensive possession, did he?
No, I didn't see him. He's up now, walking around. He's got his hands in his hand warmer, so I would imagine he'll probably go back into the game at some point in time, although he's sitting back on the bench.
And coming into this game, Blacksburg was very beat up and unhealthy anyhow. I see looks like Blankenship's down on the sidelines too with a jacket on. I don't know if he's been injured now and he's out of the game, but that's your starting center. And we were extremely banged up coming into this football game anyhow, and can't afford to lose many players.
And Blacksburg doesn't have a very deep bench to begin with, just numbers-wise.
So it really puts a strain on you when you can't go into the bench and dip in and pull more players out. I think they've already pulled several up from the junior varsity football team as well.
Yeah, we saw some of them get some action in that Lord Botetourt game.
Right, they're playing a lot of young players out on the field. So
Robinson lining up for the kickoff. He's going to squib this one. It's going to hit a lineman. He's going to catch it and go down at about the 49-yard line of Salem. Don't think that wasn't an onside kick. It just hit a lineman in the leg. Had that taken a fortunate bounce, Blacksburg would have had a chance at it, but good hands there by Salem, so they'll take it over first and 10 at their own 49 with 10:35 left here in the game.
I just got an update on the Hidden Valley Christiansburg score. Hidden Valley is now beating an undefeated Christiansburg team 28-14 late in the third quarter.
Yes, the linebacker Weller is not playing today.
Correct.
But everyone was looking forward to the matchup between him and David Williams, but that's not going to happen. Salem will hand it off up the middle. That is Daniel Dyer, the fullback, up the middle. Gets it out past the 50 to about the 46-yard line of Blacksburg. Gain of about 5 on the play. Should be 2nd and 5.
Straight handoff to the fullback, right up the pipe. Picks up about 5 or 6 yards for Salem's offense on first down.
Time is not a friend here to the Bruins. Getting close to about 10 minutes left to go in the game. I mean, obviously they're showing some life on offense finally here on that last drive, but it might be too little too late. So they'll come out in that pro formation one more time. Hand it off up the middle. No gain on the play. That was Dyer again on the carry. So he's going to get about a yard on the play. It should bring up 3rd and 4 now. Gets to the 45 of Blacksburg.
Big stop look for Salem to come back over here towards the left side of that Blacksburg defense when they've needed 4 or 5 yards. Seems like they've been working on this left side over here. Must have been a part of their game plan coming into this football game.
Coming out 2nd and 4 now. That pro formation will hand it off over to that left side as you thought they would. And they're going to get up to the 40-yard line out past the first down marker, and that's going to be another first down for Salem, and the clock will keep going.
I don't know if they've seen something on film or what about the way we're lined up or just attacking a certain place, but that's the way Salem really likes to do things. They just keep working on a certain area, and if it's working for them, they stick with it the whole football game, and they've really run at the left side of that Blacksburg defense tonight.
Yeah, really following behind Chris Shelton and Kyle Wilson, the left side of that line there. And it's Shelton who kicks the PATs, so he's a very versatile player. So 1st and 10 now at the Blacksburg 40. Hand it off over to that left side one more time. He's got a couple blockers. It's going to get dragged down at the 35. Gain of 5 there. And that was
good open
Coles.
Field tackle by Griffin Height too, coming from his inside linebacker position. And you can tell that watching the Blacksburg defense, they got their hands on their hips or walking back to the huddle. They've played a lot of this football game, and you just know that they're tired. They've played their hearts out tonight, and late in the football game here, it's just how much gas do they have left in the tank.
On the field for over 24 minutes in the first 3 quarters alone. So it'll be 2nd and 5, handed up. That's Dyer, the fullback. It's going to get about 4 more yards. Should bring up 3rd and 1, it looks like. Out to the Blacksburg 31. Inside of 8 minutes left to play now.
And a good show of sportsmanship as they've been doing all night. Salem players helping the Blacksburg guys up off the field, and they've got things going on down there pretty good. They've played good football for years, and they've done things well, and you know they've got a winning tradition, and it shows in the way they play and the way their players are.
This game has gone by pretty quickly. It's been about 2 hours since kickoff, and there's only 7.5 minutes left to go.
That's what happens when you have a run-style offense in Salem.
So they'll hand it off. That's Dyer up the middle. No, excuse me, that's Daniels up the middle. He's going to get out past the 30 to the 29 of Blacksburg, and that'll be another first down there for Salem.
Once again, just a run straight handoff to the fullback. Nothing fancy about it. They just man-on-man block up front, blow you off the football and pick up 3 or 4 yards a carry, and this is the way they like to do it. They'll just drive it down the field and run a lot of time off the clock, and they try to punch it in on you, and they've done this for years at Salem. This is how they play.
It's nothing really exciting. It's just good, sound, fundamental football. And you know, they're just very good technique, and they're able to just pound it away at you. They hand it off fullback one more time. He's going to get up the middle. He's going to be dragged down at about the line of scrimmage. That was Dyer. Looks like there's some little extracurricular activity going on the field.
Both teams are nose to nose in there. It looks like a big rugby scrum in the middle. One official's lost his hat.
So they'll say it's no gain on the play. Should be 2nd and 10 here for the Spartans.
I don't understand how they're spotting this football.
They're going to say he got about a foot on the play. So it'll be 2nd and a long 9. They'll hand it off to Coles on the left side out of the I formation. He's not going to get anything. He's going to be dragged down by Adam Bronze. And that'll bring up 3rd and 10. Lose that foot that they gained on first down.
After the original line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 10 for the Spartans.
And what we've seen here the last few times is on 3rd and long, they'll just heave it up to one of the Barnett twins and hope that they can go get it. They've done a pretty good job so far this game of just doing that very thing, is going up and getting the ball.
Salem is going to a 4-wide formation. It's probably what they'll do again, just throw a jump ball here.
McGarrell lined up in the shotgun. They're going to hand it off to Daniels up the middle. That draw that they ran earlier, he's going to get out past the 15, out tackled around the 10. That's going to be another first down, and now he's got some late flags thrown.
He just lowered his shoulder and just ran right over Blacksburg safety, who I think that's who's still down on the ground, isn't it?
Yep, that was Curtis Galbraith who took the hit.
Excellent play call there by Coach Megenbauer. He come out in a 4-wide formation, spread the field, and just ran the draw to fullback right up the middle. Blacksburg expecting pass to the Barnett twins, but again, a late flag. Don't know who this is going to be on as the officials are meeting together down on about the 15-yard line on the concession stand side of the field.
Got another update from Mason doing a good job. 28-21 now is your Pulaski score. And we'll get the call on the field is a personal foul against Salem.
So that'll be a post-possession foul, so they'll have the first down, but then they'll mark it back 15 yards, I think is how they do it.
So it looks like that'll be a net gain, I guess, of about 5 yards on the play, but most importantly is they get a fresh set of downs, and there's only 5:25 left to go.
And now the officials are stopping the clock to confer, I guess, and it becomes first down, yes.
So yeah, I didn't see exactly what the penalty was, but it was after the play was already blown dead, so it was Salem gets the first down, and then after that they will go back to 15 yards, so it'll be 1st and 10 at the Blacksburg. What do they have it at, the 27? 26.
Yeah, it must be getting a little chippy out there. The officials have called a captain from Blacksburg and a captain from Salem. They are shaking hands in the middle of the field, and the officials are having a talk with both the captains and giving them an official's time out here to go and tell their guys, hey boys, we're not going to put up with any of this. So a good piece of officiating right here by the officiating crew to get both teams to settle down a little bit here in this football game.
See that a lot. You know, the team that's losing is frustrated. There might be a little chirping on the winning side, so you just get a little stuff after the play. They'll take it out of the shotgun this time, hand it over to the left side. There's a flag on the play. He's going to get to the 20-yard line when he is dragged out of bounds by Tony Del Percio. I'm going to guess this is a hold. We'll see what it is.
Right.
Looks like about a gain of 6, and it is going to be hold, so that's going to come back.
Sure. And the Blacksburg guys, a couple of them are now, instead of wrapping up and taking on the Salem guys high, they're trying to dive at their feet and get down, and usually that's a sign of fatigue when you see players doing that, where they've been out on the field for a long time and just trying to make plays. They're playing as hard as they can and trying to hang on and make plays in this football game.
It's just too bad because the Bruins offense was finally able to get something going, but by that time this Blacksburg defense had to be exhausted. They'd been on the field for the entire game. Blacksburg had only gotten 2 first downs, so they weren't even getting any time to get any rest.
Right, and give Salem's defense credit. I mean, that's the way they've been playing all year long. Like we said, they had 2 shutouts coming into this game, didn't they?
Yeah, 4 total on the year.
4 out of 6 games they've shut people out.
So it'll be 1st and 19 now. McGarrell drops back to pass. It's going to be tipped and going to fall incomplete. Looked like Morgan Jones on the pressure got his hands up there and batted that down. So it'll be 2nd and 19, under 5 minutes left to go here in the game.
Salem trying to sneak one in on Blacksburg's defense there, and now the official spotting the ball. There he goes. Yeah, he was trying to spot the ball up on about the 32 when it should have been on the 37, but he caught that, and as people in the press box are chuckling a little bit, but Salem doesn't need any more help than what they can already do.
So they'll come out in the shotgun one more time, 2nd and 19. They're just going to hand it off up the middle one more time. That is Daniels, but this time he's going to be stuffed. He's only going to get about 2 yards on the play. Same play they ran earlier where he's able to get 15 and a first down. So this will bring up 3rd and 15 now for Salem.
Yeah, big Deron Phillips in there. He's still playing hard. He plays defensive tackle and offensive guard for both the offense and defensive side of the football, and he's been on the field the whole game. He's still in there just battling inside and makes a good play on that draw that they've hurt the Bruins defense with tonight a couple of times on 2nd and 3rd and long situations.
This time they'll line up in the I formation. They've got Kurt Coles back there at tailback. They'll hand it off to him up the middle. He's going to break a couple tackles, and he's going to squeeze it out to about the 35. No, I can't tell where it is.
We'll see what Coach Megenbauer does here on 4th and 12. Probably looks like a good place for the old jump ball play again.
So yeah, it'll be 4th and 12. He got it out to the 30-yard line on that one. Keep the offense out there. Clock is running to there'll be about 3.5 minutes left to go in the game when this play is snapped. We come out in the I formation. Kurt Coles, the tailback, one more time. They'll just hand it off to him over to that left side. He's going to get about 4 before he is brought down, so Spartans will turn it over on downs. Blacksburg will take it over 1st and 10 at about their own 27-yard line with 3:25 left to go. It's not over till it's over, but they are going to need some very, very quick touchdowns, and then they're going to have to recover a couple onside kicks. If they could just get a 75-yard wide receiver screen pass to Sean Gibson like they were able to get last week, I'm sure that Coach Chris would take that. So Griffin Heights still the running back. Haven't seen Cameron Anderson in there since he got treated for getting injured. They're going to fake the handoff to him. Terran Travis is going to run over to the left side, breaks a couple tackles, fights for more, but he's going to be brought down around the line of scrimmage, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
With 3 minutes to go in the game here, a lot of the Salem fans are starting to file out of Bill Brown Stadium here. Dave Christfield and Coach that time come out in the trips formation trying to spread that Salem defense out and get a running lane for his quarterback, and Salem did a good job stuffing it up inside.
So come out in the shotgun one more time. Terrence Travis drops back, looks to throw. He's one that's going to be tipped. That's going to be tipped twice by Salem defenders, and it's going to fall incomplete. Looked like Hunter Thompson had a chance at intercepting that, but he went through his hands. So 3rd and 11 now. As we keep seeing the Salem crowd filing out. Blacksburg students are still all out in full force. It's 3rd and 11 at their own 26. Terrence Travis in the shotgun takes the snap, drops back, looking to throw. He's going to get pressured. He's going to run over to the right side, runs into the referee, looking to throw. He's got nowhere to go with it. He's one up. Morgan Jones is going to catch it, but not until after Terrence Travis steps out of bounds, so that throw doesn't count. Looking to make a play there. The protection just didn't hold up for very long. He had to run out there and then bumped into the ref. So it'll be 4th down now. He's going to lose 3 on the play. Should be 4th and 14. Morgan Jones now back to punt. And that should pretty much do it.
Salem not taking any chances, keeping their regular defense on the field. Morgan punts it away from Mr. Barnett, but he's going to scoop it and take off running down the sidelines.
Going to be tackled at about the 49-yard line. So Salem will take over 1st and 10 from there with 2 minutes 20 seconds left to go here in the game. And this is a game really that it wasn't a blowout, but Blacksburg never really threatened. They couldn't get anything going on offense until this game was already in hand.
Right, and again, Salem scored 14 first half points on Blacksburg turnovers, and that hurts you when you're playing against good football teams, and you just can't do that and win like that. So, but they'll learn and they'll continue to work hard as they go through the River Ridge District, the rest of it that's left on the schedule.
So they'll hand it off up the middle. Looks like Daniels on the carry, gets about 4 yards into Blacksburg territory, tackled at the 48-yard line, gain of 4 on the play.
And, you know, just thinking ahead, too, the playoffs are 4 weeks down the road. There are 3 more regular season games left in the River Ridge. And the last power ratings that come out, Blacksburg actually was in 6th in Region 4, Division 4, as far as Region 4, Division 4 football teams. And this year, under the new playoff format, 6 teams go. So even with only 2 wins on the season, of course, going to 2 and 5, depending on how the other teams did and how the other teams fared that are on Blacksburg's schedule, we'll have to start keeping up with the power ratings for the playoffs.
Another score update, Pulaski is now tied with Cave Spring 28-28. So it should be a pretty interesting finish out there at Cave Spring.
Cave Spring's making the charge, Adam, coming back.
Not sure how much time is left in that game, but we do know how much time is left in this game, which is 1 minute and 8 seconds. It's now 3rd and 5 here for the Spartans as they just try and run this clock out. McGarrell takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. They're going to have a first down. They're going to have more. He's going to go in for a touchdown, it looks like. He's going to be tackled right around the end zone, but then it's going to be ruled a touchdown. That's Adam Cawley running it in from, where was that?
About midfield.
So for 47 yards out, they just tried to get a first down, and he just goes all the way upfield for a touchdown.
Once again, just a easy, straight isolation play right off tackle, and they break it. They're good at it, and he went all the way for the touchdown.
So the score now is 34-7. As the Spartans line up for the PAT. Kick is up and through the uprights, so the Spartans are going to take a 35-7 lead now.
Defense is just tired once he got through. There's nobody that could catch him.
That's got to be frustrating, just seeing him go into the end zone. I mean, you've already pretty much know you've lost, and then to see one late touchdown go in there. So coming up next week, the Bruins will host Cave Spring, who right now is tied with Pulaski. Salem will go to Christiansburg.
That'll be an interesting game in Christiansburg.
What was the last time we heard a Christiansburg score?
Hidden Valley was beating them 28-14.
That's right.
At the end of the 3rd.
So that would mean that Salem would be the lone undefeated team here in the River Ridge.
And unless something happens, that's probably the way it's going to be too.
Yeah, not surprising. Salem was the preseason favorite to win the River Ridge.
Salem has what, Pulaski and Hidden Valley and Christiansburg yet to play.
Yeah, they're gonna squib kick this. Blacksburg doesn't look like they can recover it, and Salem's gonna recover it. So it'll be their ball. They'll probably just take a knee to end this game. But yeah, Salem's remaining schedules are going to be at Christiansburg, and then they've got Hidden Valley and Pulaski at home. They lost to Pulaski last year. We'll see how that goes this year, but they've only got one more road game left on the schedule.
Salem's kicked an onside kick with 28 seconds to go and up 28 points. I don't know if the kicker missed that or what. It just looked like he just tried to tap it like they were working on it or something, and they wound up getting the football back again. And certainly you'd like to think they'll just take a knee, and that's what they do.
So McGarrell's going to take the snap, and he's going to take that final knee. That'll do it here from David Crisfield at the new Bill Brown. The final score here, Salem 35, Blacksburg 7. Salem's going to move to 7-0 on the season. Blacksburg is going to fall to 2-5, 0-2 in the district. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. We'll get you some end-of-the-game stats, get you some post-game thoughts. Then I'll head down to the field, get an interview with Coach Chris before we wrap it up. So once again, final score, Salem 35, Blacksburg 7. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to ESPN Blacksburg's coverage of Blacksburg High School football.